It's time for discussions. Welcome to Discussions. Today we've got a personal episode. This is about finding love. So when I hear something from one book, I might not trust it. But if one of my favorite authors says it, and another one of my favorite authors says it, and then I speak to a relationship coach, and she says the same thing, I'm going to believe it. And today I'm going to bring to you what they brought to me. And I didn't go see the relationship coach. She's just a friend that happens to be a relationship coach. I'm very happily single at the moment and focusing on the career. But if I wanted to find a partner, this is the exact steps that I'd be doing. And it's called the one-pager technique. And what you do is you write all the things you'd want in a partner on a blank piece of paper. You write them down. You might give yourself 3 minutes or 5 minutes to do this. And you don't stop until you have 30, 40, 50 things. 50 things that you need in a partner. Then you go through with a highlighter or a different colored pen and you circle the things that are a must. So you may have said, I want someone who has incredible fashion. But you might actually not need fashion in a partner. You could be in love with someone who is not super fashionable, just normally fashionable. But there's some things that are non-negotiables. And when you go back through your lists of wants, you're going to find your lists of needs. And then go write them on another piece of paper. Because those are the things you'd absolutely need in a partner, the non-negotiables. And by working that out, it's going to help you filter through the mass of people that we see throughout the day. And it's going to help you narrow in on dating and meeting the people that could tick those boxes for you. And this episode was actually inspired by a Instagram reel I saw with the song that said, like, she doesn't chase, she attracts. It reminded me of the law of attraction. And we're going to help you attract the person that you need in your life. And the way to do that is, we talked about that exercise. That's going to show you kind of your ideal partner. You can kind of ignore the stuff that you want in a partner and focus on the things that you need. But by focusing on what you need, you're going to be activating this thing called the reticular activating system. You can go check it out on your own, but what it means is our eyes process millions and millions of pieces of information all the time. So our brain has to block out like 99% of that and only focus in on what really matters for our survival and matters for us. So by working out what you really need in a partner, it's telling your reticular activating system to focus in on things like that and to look out for things like that. And this can be really useful for business things, but it's also really useful for relationship things. Because if you've narrowed down your list to 5 things you need in a partner, when you see those things, they're really going to stand out to you. And let's say you're in a social situation where you meet a boy or meet a girl that might tick a couple of those boxes for you or tick all those boxes for you. It's going to give you a serious kick of motivation to go and introduce yourself and see if there's an opportunity there to go on a date with that person. Because it's pretty rare that you'll meet someone that is ticking all of your needs. And when you do come across that person and you are aware of those needs, you're not going to want to let that go to waste. There's so many times where I've seen someone I thought was hot and I just didn't approach them, and I went back and I thought, oh, I'll see them again. Oh, we're probably in the same town. I'll probably run into them again. I never saw them again. And if you see someone that you really want to go after, potentially try and meet them, because you're not going to see them again. And my mom used to get angry at me for this. She'd say, Campbell, say this sentence. You go up to them and you say, hey, do you come here often? And that sentence is funny because it just works all the time. Like, you could be at a bar, at a park, at a beach. Hey, do you come to this area often? Because it's pretty friendly. And now that you've got that universal conversation starter, you've got no excuse to make that move when you see someone that ticks all of those needs boxes and could really be a genuine partner for you. And the main thing about doing that list we spoke about at the start was that it's going to filter out people that would just waste your time. If you go on a first date or you meet someone socially that isn't those things that you put down as a must, don't even go on the date. Don't even text them, because it's not going to eventuate in love. So trust your one pager and it will lead you in the right direction. But there's way more to this podcast than that. That was just the tip of the iceberg, because here's a phrase that influenced my understanding of dating. It says everyone wants to date up, in that sense of we want to date someone who we deem as successful, as high value, etc. And when you have your list of musts, here's the only thing that you can do. You go through those musts and make sure that you tick all of them yourself. Because if there are things that you value really highly and you're not even doing them yourself, then you're not living in congruence with what you believe is high value. Or if you want it in a partner, I bet you want it in yourself too. So an example of this is when I did my list, something that would really turn me on in a girl is that if she was a business owner or very successful in that sense, or intelligent, and that it would really wow me if a girl had built a business. But then I hadn't built my own business, and I was thinking there's something that's a mismatch here. If I value this so strongly in someone else, it's time for me to go and do that for myself. So this thought experiment of trying to find the perfect partner came full circle, and it came back to how can I find my perfect self? And the 5 things that I put down as what I must have in someone else, I took those on board as the 5 things I need to have in myself. And guess what? If I'm doing those 5 things, I'm going to be in locations, in circles, in situations with other people that are doing those 5 things. And it's going to increase my chances greatly of meeting that partner that I think is a perfect match. So good luck on your love journey. Thank you for joining us, and please subscribe so we can bring you more content.